Which cast member wasn't the first choice for their role? What did Ethan Cutkosky get arrested for? Why did Emmy Rossum almost leave the show? And how did the cast deal with all that raw intimacy, nudity, and violence on the show? Hi, I'm Dylan. Let's get shameless. The drastically different cast. When the show went on air, William H. Macy ran into pal actor Woody Harrelson and they had a funny conversation. He said, "What you doing at the moment?" And I said, "Shameless." And he said, "Oh yeah, I talked to them about that. I watched the British version and I just thought it was really good. I didn't think I could do it better than that." There was a little bit of a pause and I just went, "I can." Mic drop. Gallagher! In 2007, Harrelson was cast to play Frank Gallagher indeed. Gotta say, we have no regrets about that. Since William H. Macy is just brilliant as the deadbeat, irresponsible father of 6 with multiple addictions and endless mischievous schemes on how to survive without a penny and have a party on top, the character's love interest could have looked different too. In the original pilot, Sheila Jackson, the agoraphobic neighbor of the Gallaghers, was played by Allison Janney, but she had to drop out because of her commitment to Mr. Sunshine. So Joan Cusack took over the role, and boy did she do amazing. The character, which was played by different actresses within the actual show, was Mandy. If you didn't notice, in the first season, Lip's troubled on and off girlfriend was portrayed by Jane Levy. From season 2, the role passed on to Emma Greenwell, and the relationship she acted out on camera with Jeremy Allen White as Lip extended to real life. The couple dated for half a year off the screen. Soon after they broke up, White hooked up with his future wife, Addison Timlin. In 2018, they welcomed their first daughter and just recently, their second baby girl. Fiona, too, could have been totally different from who we know her as today. In the pilot's early draft, the character was described as an overweight blonde girl, absolutely opposite to the stunning brunette Emmy Rossum is. Just like Macy, she wasn't the first choice for the role. The actress recalled she had to fight for this job. She was told initially that they didn't think she was right for it, so that was kind of a do-or-die situation. Most likely, her resilient spirit kicked in at that point. She remembered being told once, "It's not always the most talented people who make it, but the ones who can keep standing up after taking all the punches. So I guess I just keep standing up after the knockdowns and keep pursuing the dream." Later, the actress said the role brought out her ballsier side. The shameless intimacy. To prepare Emmy Rossum for the raw, intimate scenes Shameless is packed with, its original creator, Paul Abbott, told her to check out the UK show kitchen scene on mute. When asked about her thoughts on going that far, the actress remarked that people get used to seeing the pretty version of sex that doesn't actually look like any she's ever had, and added, "When you're going to show real people and real feelings in a gritty situation, to glamorize it or be concerned about how you look during those situations would be foolish." William H. Macy described the intimacy in the show as very matter-of-fact. It's always a part of the conversation, and there is such calmness to the way they deal with it. As for his thoughts on the nudity, the actor said, "You have to be natural, and I love that there's so much of it. I feel it might be good for this world if everybody just stripped off all the clothes and we stayed that way for 10 days. Just get it all over with. Then we can just go back to our lives and get some work done." The actor respects that the show pushes the envelope in these areas and that it feels like a very authentic approach to these topics. Overall, the whole cast agreed that the best thing that helped them deal with sex, edgy moments, and violence in the plot was the genuine friendship between the actors. Playing family for so many years made them really close. So feeling utterly comfortable in each other's company and plain good laughs made shooting any scene harmonious, be it a quarrel or getting hot and heavy. Speaking of laughs, the pranks. Just like siblings in a real-life family, both the cast and the crew pulled pranks on each other on set. When it came to romantic scenes, Justin Chatwin had a special BTS preparation for his on-screen girlfriend, Emmy Rossum. He ate tuna fish sandwiches. She recalled, "Yes, we're very comfortable with each other, which is good, especially when you have to do certain scenes. He's very amusing. All the boys are always pulling pranks on each other." Another gag on the actress was when her co-stars hung a public restroom sign on her trailer door. By the end of the day, there was a huge line of people waiting for their turn because of the sign. Of course, Rossum laughed the incident off, but she also said that she would put Gruyere in a sock and leave it in one of their drawers for a week. Can't say if she did, but the on-screen older sister surely pranked back like a grown-up. During the third season, Emmy talked the show's writers into creating a fake scene for Chatwin, in which his character comes out as gay to his father. This was a prank reference on camera to Justin having played a gay son to a homophobic father on Weeds. Still, the showrunners bested them all, and although it wasn't intended as a prank, it definitely felt like one for Rossum. Remember Jimmy, Steve, Jack, or whoever he was, thought to be dead in the season 3 finale? It's when the Brazilians played hockey with his head. His death wasn't officially confirmed then because the plan was to write the character off properly in the next season. But nobody knew about it then. For months, Emmy pleaded with the producers to reintroduce the character, only to get rejection each time. What she didn't know was that they actually flew Justin to Chicago, hired a different crew, kept him in a different hotel, and filmed a scene that would end season 4. It was so top secret that it wasn't until it aired that everyone knew it happened. And the second after it aired, the Showtime showrunner sent Rossum an email that said one word: "Gotcha." Ooh, that's a good one. The script adjusted to actors and vice versa. As we know, Veronica and Kev couldn't have children, so they turned to V's mother for help in carrying one for them. A while later, all of a sudden, Veronica got pregnant. Initially, the show's producers had no intention of going with that storyline, but they wrote it in when Shanola Hampton, who plays V, turned out to be expecting a son in real life. The actress revealed that it was funny to experience the juxtaposition of her being in love with motherhood behind the scenes and Veronica hating it on camera. She added, "There are definitely demons that get exercised anytime you're playing a character, which is fun and therapeutic." When Carl was absent for a few episodes at the end of season 5, it was because Ethan Cutkosky, who plays him, asked that they write him out. See, at that time, the young actor was starting high school. Carl probably wouldn't even care for such a turning point. Ethan, on the contrary, wanted to properly experience school without distractions or compromise. He wanted to give it the necessary time and attention. He didn't want to be the kid that only dreams of his movie career. Shortly after, Ethan got in trouble with the law when he was reportedly arrested for recklessly driving his orange BMW and doing poorly on field sobriety tests. Guess he took his shameless character a bit too close to heart at some point.
Otherwise, you will end up in juvenile prison.
Yes, please.
And did you know that Liam was played by 5 actors? Naturally, the characters growing up required correspondence in appearance. Twins Blake and Brennan Johnson played the little tot from seasons 1 to 3. Then twins Brendan and Brandon Sims took over the role. And from the 8th season to the final, Liam has been portrayed by Christian Isaiah. The director John Wells thought it was important to raise the stakes for Liam and increase his visibility. How right he was. Historic equal pay win. For many seasons, William H. Macy was the highest paid member of the cast, which made sense as he was already a famous Oscar-nominated actor. While for Emmy Rossum, it was the first time playing a recurring role on a TV show. But just before filming the 8th season, the actress announced she would leave Shameless if she didn't get paid as much as her respectable co-star. Actually, she even demanded to be paid more than Macy to make up for previous seasons she was paid less for.
Time to go, Gallagher.
By that time, it was obvious that Fiona was the backbone character of the Showtime series, and Rossum's departure would threaten the entire production. While negotiations with the studio briefly delayed the work on the season, Macy stepped in, saying, "She works as hard as I do. She deserves everything." Rossum confessed to The Hollywood Reporter, "The person who supported me the most was William H. Macy. To have the man counterpart on my show be like, yes, she does deserve this and more, was so validating. And after it became public, it was a quick resolution." The pay dispute was ruled in her favor, and afterward, the actress's move was dubbed a historic equal pay win by many outlets. Despite the age and experience gap, Macy and Rossum equally tried their hands at directing a Shameless episode, and both did well. The real and realistic locations. Though Shameless is set in the south side of Chicago, most of the show's filming is located in LA. Like the interiors, which are, nevertheless, meticulously worked on to feel authentic. For instance, they aged the sets to make it look like the Gallagher family has grown up there. One LA location didn't require aging because it has existed since 1926. Remember that episode where Fiona and Steve get intimate in a swimming pool? If it looks familiar, it's because you could have seen that same pool in the 1999 movie Cruel Intentions, or in the TV series Mad Men, The West Wing, and others. It's satisfying to know that some part of Shameless still captures Chicago. The cast and the crew go there once or twice a month to shoot exteriors of the Gallagher house, which actually exists and is occupied by an elderly gentleman. Because producers wanted the viewers to feel like the Gallaghers could be their next-door neighbors, they chose a real city area screaming poverty over some trailer park on the outskirts. The series creator Paul Abbott pointed out that it's not My Name is Earl or Roseanne. It's got a much graver level of poverty attached to it. It's not blue collar, it's no collar. By the way, Patsy's Pies is also a real Chicago bar called Patsy's, but it appears to have been closed down now. It's a bit sad to say that Shameless is nearing its ultimate shutdown too. The finale is not far away. But dang, it was a hell of a ride! Will you miss Shameless once it's over? And can you imagine someone else playing our fave Fiona? Tell us in the comments, and stay shamelessly awesome!